Hey Appliance Bootcamp, this is Mike Sneed coming to you again just to remind you that on August the 15th, the price of the Appliance Bootcamp will be going up. Right now, you need to go ahead and get in at the low price that we currently have it at. Remember, at that low price, not only do you get the Appliance Bootcamp where I show you how to start your own appliance repair business, you'll also get the garage door business, you get the blender business, you'll get the drive-in cleaning business, you'll get how to start an ice cream parlor business. That will be coming out after August the 15th also. And then you'll be getting the homemade kettle corn business. So you get all those different businesses for one price. So once again, you need to go there, click on the link in the description, and go get the Appliance Bootcamp while you can still get it at the discounted rate. And remember, I'll teach you how to start your own appliance repair business. We have numerous of testimonials, hundreds of people who have taken the Appliance Bootcamp. In less than 30 days, they have made their money back. In less than 1 year, they're making $100,000 a year or more, have quit their jobs, and I want you to be able to experience the same thing where you're creating generational wealth for you and your family. Once again, sign up. The link is in the description, and hope to see you soon. I get asked all the time how to decide what type of businesses I want to get involved in, and how do I come up with my different businesses. What I'm going to do today is just show you how I decided to get into the ice cream parlor business versus at that time I was thinking about getting into the trucking business. How I was able to decide which one I was going to get into. People ask me all the time this question, how I know to get into the appliance business, how I knew to get into the mattress business, used appliance business, ice cream parlor business, kettle corn business. People want to know how I come to that decision. Appliance repair business, I got kind of pushed into that. At the time, I needed a source of income, and I was tired of working for somebody, and I wanted to start my own business. At the time, I had the skill set from working at Sears. That had showed me the skill set on how to start an appliance, how to go out and repair appliances. I didn't know anything about an appliance repair business. I knew how to repair appliances. And from there, I was lucky enough to get a business mentor, or several business mentors, to actually show me the business side. And then I was able to turn my appliance repair service into an appliance repair business. And from then on, whenever I'm going to look into new business opportunities, I usually do some math formula like I'm going to show you all right now to actually decide if what I'm going to invest in is a good investment. So before coming into the ice cream parlor business, I was looking to invest my money into another business. And I was really thinking hard about the trucking business. A lot of people at that time was buying semi-trucks, 18-wheelers, and there was a lot of talk about how much money could be made in the trucking business and all the opportunities in the trucking business. There are opportunities there. But I had to look at it and see versus the money I had to put into a business, would it be feasible for me to actually do that, which would be the best business for me to go into. And when I worked the numbers, it looked to me that the ice cream parlor business was the better business for me to go into. These numbers are numbers that I had from 4 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago. Matter of fact, it's been 2 years ago that I worked these numbers. It's 2 years ago, man. About 2 years ago when I worked these numbers. Times have changed, and this is from my research of asking people in the industry what I've read, what I was able to find. The numbers probably have changed since then. They might not be exact. Some people come and say, well, you could do this, and it would have been that. True, but these are the numbers I had to go on. And I had some people that say that my numbers was pretty close. So I'm gonna go tell you what I looked at. Okay, so at the time I was gonna buy a used tractor trailer truck, and the used trucks that I could find at that time had about 500,000 miles, and they're costing about $60,000. So it was gonna cost me about $60,000 for a truck, and that truck had about 500,000 miles on it. Okay, all right. So with that, I said if I bought a $60,000 truck, I wasn't going to drive it because I don't have no CDLs. So I would have to go find some specialized person. So now I'm dealing with, I got to have a specialized individual that has to have a special certification of a license. So now the pay for that person is going to be a lot more money because I just can't get anybody to do it. And so what I was always, what I found when I was looking into it, I could find somebody that had a CDL but didn't necessarily have the means to buy a truck, and I could do like a split. And from that split with them, meaning that they would go out, drive the truck. I would put the truck with some, I guess, a broker, and from there they would drive. I would pay for any expenses on the truck. The broker firm or whoever would take the gas and stuff out of it. At the end of the week, the trucker would get his split, and I would get my split, and it was on average about $800 a week. So I was gonna get about $800 per week from that $60,000 truck. That's what it was looking at for everything that I was looking at. And most people look at that and say, you're gonna make $80,000, you make $800 a week. That's good money for a $60,000 truck. But what I was looking at, this $60,000 truck that I have, it's gonna be depreciating every day, meaning it's going down. And what I was looking, I wasn't necessarily looking for cash flow. This right here, somebody's looking for cash flow. They just want to get cash coming back in, and they thinking short when they should be thinking long. They're looking, I'm getting $800 coming in, almost $1,000 a week coming in from $60,000. They thinking that's pretty good, but the price of your truck is getting destroyed. And I found out that the reason why I could buy that truck for $60,000 at 500,000 miles, most trucks had to be overhauled between 600 to a million. And so from 600,000 miles to 1 million, that's when you have to overhaul the truck engine. And that would have cost me, from everywhere I look, about $35,000 and up to put a new engine in, to overhaul the engine. So, and on average, I would have to average, it was going to put 100,000 miles on that truck per year on average. Everything that I read, my numbers could be a little off. It's been 2 years or so ago. I'm going by the numbers I had. So I would have been putting about 100,000 miles on that truck per year. So that would have gave me about 2 years of getting $800 per week. And granted, nothing goes wrong. So at about 2 years of getting $80,000 per week, I had to expect to put about $35,000 into that truck, or I was going to have to go get another truck for $60,000. Now, with this $800, a lot of people think, well, you're making $800 a week. No, you're not making $800 a week because you already put $60,000 in. You have to recoup your $60,000 before you make a profit. I'm saying a lot of people with the business, they're telling you that they're making money right then and there on depreciating assets that are going down. You're not making any money until you recoup that money from that that $60,000 that you put in, or the amount that is depreciating. So this one right here is what you call, it's constantly depreciating every time that guy jumps into the truck and starts to drive it. It's depreciating. So what happens at the end of your 2 year, this $800 a week, and you don't. Let me let the guy go. It's funny. You all know that I like to kind of play around with my race car, my car and stuff. So now I guess it's funny. People come out in front of the ice cream parlor. It's like the old days now. They raise the engines up so I can hear it. I guess to call my car out. But anyway, getting back to what we got going on. I have a school down here in Selma, North Carolina, and I have a car that I like to I like to have fun with. So now a lot of people know that, and so now they'll come by and they'll raise the engine up when they get by me. But anyway, we got $800 a week that you're making. So to get to that $60,000, you only got 52 weeks in a year. So to get that $800 back, it's going to take you, and you divide 800 by 52, you're going 75, 52 weeks a year. It's going to take you about a year and a half, 1.5 years to get your $60,000 back. But they're going to take you 1.5 years to get your $60,000 back, and then you got about half a year. You're going to have to go back and buy it again, or spend 35, half of it. So to me, I looked at it, I said I won't make it any money, because as soon as I recoup that money back, my $60,000 that I put out there back, I've got to put it right back out there. That's granted if I ain't got to buy no tires, if I'm not going to have to change anything with the engine, I don't have no problems at all. That's what that guy running every week. He got to be running that truck every week for me to make that. So I looked at it and I said, to me, that wasn't a good deal, because what made it such a bad deal for me was this here. That truck, it depreciates. It didn't hold its value. Like I said, I'm not so much looking into the cash flow. I make my money through appliance repair. So I need a way to store my money till I get older. Right now I'm 48 years old, so I make more money than I need to be able to spend now when I'm 48. So I need a place to store my money until I get about 60, 65 or whatever, or just store my money indefinitely. I need a place that I can store it and that it'll keep its value. If I put it here into that truck, it's going to get depreciated. If I put it into some cars or whatever, it's constantly depreciating. I'm constantly going to have to keep going back, re-spending my money, buying new cars or buying new trucks. So with that wasn't a good deal for me. So what I found out with real estate, I'm going to erase this right here. I found this out from my business partner, and I worked this with my old business partners, and they told me not, to make sure that I was thinking correctly. They told me nah, they wouldn't do it either. So what they told me is how they do it and how I do it too. You can buy real estate, depreciate. You can buy undervalued or distressed real estate that's very cheap. So with my ice cream parlor, I found an ice cream parlor. I found a building. The building won't but $15,000 is what I paid for the building there. I put about $60,000 into renovating it and getting it going. So right now I got a total of about $75,000. All right. From there, I got a business, and I got the business in there. And so now my job is to go and build up that business. Build that business up where that business now is making that real estate go up. So now once I put this $75,000 into that building, getting that building up and running and getting it where it's at, I got an increase for my labor and stuff for putting that in. If I go out there and buy that truck, I'm not getting no increase for putting no tires and all that stuff on the truck. The truck is going to keep depreciating. But because I got a total of $75,000. Right now that building is worth probably $120. That building, I could get $120 for that building. So that building now is worth $120, and guess what? It's going to constantly keep going up. So now that 75 that I put in, it's stored up here, it's at 120, and it's going the opposite direction of that truck. It's constantly going up, constantly going up. Now, on the other end, I put an ice cream parlor in it. The ice cream parlor, it'll bring you, starting off the first year or two, $1,500 to $2,000 per week is what it would generate. First starting off the first year. Every year is going to increase. Matter of fact, I'm seeing it weekly. The sales and stuff, as more advertised and more people know, as the town's starting to get rebuilt and everybody's coming back, I'm constantly seeing the prices and the revenue going up, going up, going up. So now we're going to just say, for the sake of being, we're going to go for the easiest thing. We can say it generates a gross of $1,500 per week. From there, I have staff. I don't go there and actually run it because my job is to run the appliance repair business, because that's where my bread and butter is. This right here is where I'm storing my money, and this is my passive income. So from here, it costs me about $800 in expenses, and that's including labor and everything for people to run it. So from there, that leaves me with about $700 per week. So that leaves me about $700 per week is what I get. So that's 75. We're going to divide that 75 by 700 per week. That right there is going to give me about 2 years. A little bit more than 2 years. About 2 years for me to actually get that money paid back. Get my $75,000 back. It's going to take me about 2 years to get it back. Now, once I get that $75,000 back, what has happened here? I don't have to go back and spend that $75 again. My $75 is still stored up here, and instead at the end of these 2 years, when I get my money back, it might not be $120, it might be $150, $150,000 that the building is worth now, for my initial $75. And guess what? This right here is constantly going up to the point, pretty soon I'll probably be getting about maybe $1,000 per week off of that ice cream parlor, and I don't have to go put no more money back into buying that big thing and redoing it over again. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just storing my money. I'm just taking my money, putting it in a place so it can hold its value, and I can hedge against inflation. I don't want to put it into no depreciating asset. I'm not going to take my money and dump it into no tractor trailer truck and then have it go down, and then in 10 to 15 years, if I was to buy a new one, 10, 15, 20 years, I got to go spend $150,000 again to get the money to get it back up. The same thing if I was buying the used ones. Every about 2 to 3 years, I was going to have to turn it back over, and the money just seems to be just staying there. Unless I got in there myself and drove the truck myself, and then all I've done is created a job. Then if you, from what I saw, if I was going to get in the trucking business, I was going to have to really get into the trucking business and really go out there and buy several trucks, kind of like you do with the appliance repair business. Once you want to have it where you're totally hands off, you're going to need about 2 to 3 subs. For me, I found out 2 subs is enough money for me. 2 subs allow me not to be in the truck. I think from what I've put together with my numbers, if I had 2 drivers out there all the time, that would have got me to where I could get out the truck and and it could come more of a business. 2 to 3 drivers, it could come more of a business to me. From what I was able to do several years ago with my computing, it was going to cost me to have 2 trucks out there. But for me, I found that this was going to be the better thing. It's more of a hands-off thing for me. I don't have to have no specialized person in there to know to get 2 scoops of ice cream, put in a cup, and get $4. That's very simple. No certified license or no CDLs or no training like that needed. I found out it's very simple. I can teach anybody how to run that ice cream parlor business based upon the way I run mine. The formulas and stuff that I put together right now are doing very well, and that's how I come up with my businesses. So this is how you actually need to sit down before you go into a business. You need to sit down with somebody and have them teach you actual business. Don't get so caught up into the finesse of people talking a lot of cash flow, the fancy shiny stuff. This right here is how you determine if you need to do a business or not. If the business is good or not, if it's a good investment. And this is how I do it. This is the way my ex-business partners and them done it. It's all mathematics. It's all mathematics, and it's simple math. It's like 6th grade math to be able to figure it out. And from there, you can decide if it's a good deal or if it's a bad deal. And this is what I'm teaching you in Appliance Boot Camp. I'm teaching you the business side. Not so much to get caught up in the actual daily functions of the business. The daily function of the business makes it more efficient. But what you're going to be doing as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you're going to be looking at these numbers. You become a number man where you're looking at the numbers. As far as me going there and trying to be the best ice cream scooper and make the best cone of ice cream, that right there, it has its benefits. But for me as the owner, not so much. My job is to make sure that I'm marketing, bringing in enough customers, keeping the costs down, and making sure everything's functioning like it should. Same thing as you as an appliance business owner. If you're going to own an appliance repair business, it's not so much to you to be so caught up in becoming the world's greatest technician. You want to become an astute businessman. You want to actually now start taking your money, let that business work for you. Take your money out of that business and place it into other places where you can have more passive income, where you can have an insurance policy against the appliance repair field. What happened if the appliance repair field, which could happen at any time, suppose Samsung said we're going to be proprietary, ain't going to give nobody our service manuals or our error codes anymore. Only way you're going to get them, you're going to have to work for us. And you get cut off. Or one time, like Whirlpool and everybody did. What happened if Samsung say, oh, you can get the service manuals, but it's going to cost you $15,000 for the service manuals or to get access to the diagnostic codes unless you work for us. Do something like that. And then you stuck. And you done spent all your time becoming the world's greatest technician, but you didn't build a business. You didn't build wealth. You didn't diversify yourself so that you can have an insurance policy against something like that happening. And you have several different businesses that's going on where people don't even know all the businesses that you have going on. That's the funny thing. You can have all these different avenues that's feeding you money and everything, and people still be trying to figure out where's all this guy power and money is coming from. And you just have all these little small things just turning in the background. This right here, like I said, this ice cream parlor stuff, it's nothing really exciting about it. It ain't but a couple of $100 a day that you get to put in your pocket for profit right now. But you got a couple of $100 a day that doesn't require you to be here all day. Doesn't require you to be there doing the work. You can just pop in like I do first thing in the morning. I call that ice cream parlor my little $90 flip. It's a $90 flip. I come in the first thing in the morning. I put $90 in the cash register. I come back the afternoon. That $90 has grown to a couple of $100 in the cash register and several $100 on a credit card that's going to get deposited the next morning for me. And that's all it is. It's very simple and easy. And I want to teach you all the same thing. I want to teach you all how to actually start your own appliance repair business so you can take the money from your appliance repair business and go out and do other businesses like this. Once again, if you hadn't already, click the link in the description, and I would like to see you soon coming to Appliance Boot Camp, and let me teach you how to start your own appliance repair business so you can start creating generational wealth. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later.